Hey everyone, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood board gamer, and this is Devin Talks Tabletop, the YouTube channel where the games are made up. What I say doesn't matter. Today, let's start off with a timestamp. I missed those, not just because I got to drink. Oh, I hit my heel. That hurt. Okay, not just because I get to drink whatever I've made, whether it's tea or water or a nice alcoholic beverage, but because I just missed doing the timestamps. I ran out of Grand Marnier or orange liqueur while I was making my wife's lemon drop. So this used pomegranate liqueur, and it's quite good. I like it a lot. So I will be here for longer than you will, at least in this instance, because I'm going to film a slew of videos, maybe 4 or 5 different videos at once, and then I'll chop them up and share them out, because I don't think anybody really particularly likes to watch 40 to 50 minutes of someone like me monologuing in one sitting. So I'm going to chop it up because I think I can give it distinctive categories of conversation, areas of discussion, topics to split for your sake and also for your sake. Just you, not for me. Like I said, I'll be here for a while chatting about all of this stuff. So let's get started. Number 1, and this is maybe the most recent revelation or something that will have some sway or influence on some of the other things that we're talking about. I have a new job. So for those of you who have followed or been aware or heard in conversation previously, my journey until now has been unpaid writer on a couple of websites and then eventually on a singular website in which I was cultivating relationships at the very start of my time here, which has been 4 years now in the board game space, which is kind of crazy to think about, but feels really good where I'm at now. So writer, and then, blogger / content contributor to Quackalope before moving into full communications management and other logistics stuff for Quackalope. And then shifting over to Addicts Games for about a 7-month spell doing project management and kind of realizing that I was not the right person for the role for what they needed. And so then now having the opportunity that I do today to have joined Lucky Duck. So the announcement, went live. I can talk about it now, and I am the marketing specialist for the English market for Lucky Duck Games, which, as I get into other things and, conversations about how the channel might adjust in certain content that goes out or certain content that doesn't go out, I imagine that the news that I am a marketing specialist for an existing publisher who has both its own studio releases and also partnerships for localizations in different languages, and also just retail distribution network solutions for people like Cardboard Alchemy, who don't want to deal with all of the, fine, tape stuff that they have to deal with, and they just want to make games like Flamecraft or like Dwellings of Eldervale. Dwellings of Eldervale. That's right. Why did that sound so weird? Was I thinking Everdell? I don't know. Anyways, and Andromeda's Edge, which has just recently come off of crowdfunding. So there are a lot of publishers that I indirectly have links to, which might make some people feel queasy, but I personally feel okay about it because I know how I'm going to be doing content moving forward on the channel, so that doesn't bug me at all. Anyways, to talk about my job, because channel adjustments is going to be the next segue, which is going to be a different video. So my job, I will be working for Lucky Duck as the marketing specialist. And this has been kind of the culmination of 4 years of work. I feel really happy about this. I have enjoyed getting to know Lucky Duck, the employees, the team. They are very much in my wheelhouse in terms of the type of people that I seek out when I'm making friends, especially in the industry and also just in life. They're very relationship forward, and they kind of care about not just the brand of what they're doing, but also their presence and contributions to the space and to the people around them. And so I very much am happy about the team that I'm in, and I'm looking forward to contributing however I can. Now, I have some plans and some goals for how to boost and aid Lucky Duck however I can with the strengths that I possess. I'm not normally someone that is comfortable, talking about my strengths or tooting my own horn in a very public way. But I do think that I can contribute, and I'm excited to do so. I'm really thankful that they've given me the opportunity for this job, and I'm looking forward to all the ways in which I can go about and pursue whatever the next stage is for existing games, for upcoming games, and then also for kind of like the larger brand and just the place of Lucky Duck in the hobby. I think that the leadership team that they have is really motivated to push the company into kind of like a leadership position in the industry and be an example that others can follow. And I really back that, and I'm excited about that. And I think it, lends itself well to what I've been doing over the last few years, which is building a lot of relationships. I think that one of my happiest things that I've done is start this channel and connect with a lot of you. But the downside of that is I don't get to see hardly any of you out in the world in terms of the industry or in terms of conventions, because the diaspora of Devin Talks Tabletop fans are, pretty global in terms of the amount of people that I know are in Europe or that I know are in the States or in Canada. Or, people are spread out. And so that means that you don't always have the financial incentive, the time, or the ability to go to trade shows. I totally understand that. I have gone to them previous to having a job in the industry purely out of an investment to get into the industry. If I wasn't doing what I was doing, I don't know if I would justify going to a lot of conventions. So I get that I haven't seen you guys, but part of the benefit of what I've been doing over the last few years is meeting so many good people. And I think that, the tabletop industry is very young, and it's still got a lot of room to grow. It's nowhere near some of its sister industries like the RPG community or the video game community. We're nowhere near that in terms of scope, but we are growing, and I really like how centric relationships are, and friendships and collaboration and partnerships. There's just a lot of good people that I've met, and I'm really happy now that I can be a little bit more concretely part of that narrative, part of that space in terms of having this position at Lucky Duck. So I'm excited about it. I will say that, when I take a job, whether it's a part-time job or a full-time job, I try to make sure that I'm owning my responsibilities and always pursuing however much I can, lending my skill set towards what the team needs. So I've kind of had a mixed bag of part-time jobs and freelance gigs over the years, and then also being the primary stay-at-home parent. That is shifting with Lucky Duck Games. I am taking on a full-time job. What I'm doing is a full-time gig, and I view it as such, which means that it will be more explicitly me trying to be mindful of what I need to do to meet my requirements for the job, and then also in extra time do what I need to do for the channel, and also any other collaborations, partnerships I'm doing. I want to still spend time with Alex and Meg at Board Game Co. I love them. I still want to try and be on as many playthroughs as I can for Play the Game HQ. So the friendships that I have, the existing connections that I've made, I'd like to keep those as long as possible, and in their current shape as long as possible until they evolve into however or whatever they do, as all things change in life. But I want to make sure that I'm committed to this job, and then I also want to make sure that I am efficient with my time. And so, I'm doing these videos at night when my kids are asleep, because I spent last night cleaning out the office space to where I could reuse it again. This desk was covered with things that I needed to organize for the international travel that I did with my family. And then it was covered with things I needed to do for onboarding for Lucky Duck. So part of last night was just taking time post work to clean the table and get the studio ready again so that I could film. And tonight it's filming. So it's just a matter of juggling. I am not as insanely productive as Alex per se, or other people in the industry who juggle 2-3 jobs. It's just, that's not me. I have my job, I have my family, I have some hobbies of relaxation that I try to indulge and exercise. And then I'm trying to do my best, I guess is what I'm saying. So all of that to go back to the original point, new job, Lucky Duck Games, marketing specialist for the English market. I'm thrilled, I'm excited. Things will be shifting out of necessity. But I mean, creating this studio, getting lights, camera equipment, a set, all of that being in my office, this has been the plan to try to make my workspace and my workflow as effective as possible. So I love all you guys. I know that in the last maybe 3-4 months, I have not been very consistent with content. I totally get that. It is definitely one of those things. I'm trying to still identify what my style is. And then also it's been busy. Kids are in this, you know, in summer break, they're all home. I still have to be kind of the mainstay parent at the house, even though my work time is nearing my wife's in terms of hours, just because I'm a remote worker and she's not. So, you know, it's a juggling act, and I'm trying to do the best I can. But I want to make sure I get content out there because I love you guys. I appreciate all of you, and I'm excited to keep doing this. This is the one thing. I started to do content for, I don't know, just to see what happened. And you all are definitely kind of like the main pillar that has kept this going, because it's been an unexpected joy to have all of you along with the ride. So I'm excited to see what's next, and I'm thankful for the opportunity I have with Lucky Duck. Hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next one, which for me is going to be immediately, but for you might be a day or 2 days. I don't know. It just depends on what I talk about next and what happens. So timestamp. Oh, I think I'm going to do, should I do poses for, I need to do thumbnail. I need to have thumbnails. So might as well have thumbnails. So and definitely going to keep all that in the outro, just to where if you keep watching, you get something out of it.